The Aristotle Foundation for Public Policy released a survey about how often Canadian university students will actively conceal what they really think because they're afraid of getting into trouble. The answer is a lot. Almost half of them. But probably the most surprising part of the report was when they asked survey respondents their political leanings. It was probably like 90% hardcore left-wing, right? No! Actually, it found that there are about as many students who identify as either moderate or conservative than there are who identify as liberal. If you take all these categories, moderate, slightly conservative, conservative, very conservative, and libertarian, you're at 38.7%. Now, if you take all the liberal categories, very liberal, liberal, and slightly liberal, you're only at 37%. Now, maybe this something else category is filled with communists and eco-socialists, but still, about 4 in 10 Canadian university students will readily identify themselves as not being on board with the extreme progressivism that has very much become a feature of Canadian university life. And these trends are in line with what pollsters have been finding. Young people these days are not just unusually conservative, but they're sometimes the most conservative of any other age cohort. As one example, when a straw poll of Canadian high schoolers was held to see how they would vote in the 2025 federal election, the results elected a conservative government. So if a plurality of university students are moderate or conservative, how come it doesn't seem like it? Well, that gets to the other part of the Aristotle Foundation poll. They found that basically anyone who isn't a hard leftist is actively concealing what they really think in class discussions because they're afraid they'll be the recipient of reduced grades, public opprobrium, or even investigations by campus authorities.